They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed, the witch is back. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Beyond Authentic, where we are, wow, doing some tarot and some witchy malarkey tonight. Good evening. I hope everybody is absolutely fantastic. I've got to start the stream, unfortunately, with a huge, great big whopping apology for Sunday. Unfortunately, my fibro kicked in yet again, and I found myself waking up at 10 past 10 p.m. Apparently, again, Rufus had tried to come in and wake me up, and my alarms had been going off for hours and hours and hours, and I just was unconscious and slept through everything, apparently. So apologies for that. Members, I owe you a members live, and it won't be this Friday, but I will schedule a Friday very, very soon. But yeah, all I can do is apologize from the bottom of my little black heart for that. Unfortunately, my fibro has been doing things this week. I went to Slimming World earlier, and as we stood up to leave at the end of the group, I did a big wobbly. I didn't quite fall over, but one of the members behind, he was like, I'm ready to put the chair there. I'm ready if you were going to fall. I was like, if I fell, you wouldn't be able to catch me. He said, oh, I wasn't going to catch you. I was just going to make sure the chair was right by you. So if you did fall, you would be okay. And I was like, oh, bless you. Thank you. But yeah, unfortunately, my fibro is just doing its thing at the moment, and there's very, very, very little that I can do about it. But thank you for those of you that have returned today. We'll hopefully be just continuing as per. If there is, listen, always assume, right, if I don't put an announcement up saying that things are running late, then it means that I'm unconscious. Because if there's, for any reason, if I've done something the day before, or I know in any way, shape or form that I'm going to be out of action, I will let the mods know at very least, and then they can, Neil can update on the channel. But unfortunately, when my fibro kicks in, I am just unconscious. So again, huge apologies to everybody for missing this week's members and the live stream. Right then, so we have Ed in today. Good evening, Ed. Aethelred the Unready. Good evening to Ed. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things. If you haven't done already, can you please hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, ding your bell, and don't forget we are looking today for what are they calling it this week? The top fans. Yes, number one top fans, or something like that. Our number one top fan currently in the top fan ratio of top fans is Patricia. So yay, well done, Patricia. You've got 25 XP for being a top fan. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Something to do with something. I don't know what it means. But yay. Oh, Ed is also apparently number one top fan, and Dormouse is number 3 top fan, apparently. It has you flawed. Only just managed to wash your face and do your teeth. What I'm having to learn, and I hate it, is that some days, unfortunately, are fibro days. And when I have a fibro day, it's going to do one of two things. If it's a bad fibro day, it literally means my body's shut down for the day. The only way I can describe it, it's a bit like, you know, when your mobile phone isn't just out of battery. Oh, thank you, Neil. Hang on, there's something happening with my voice. What's going on with the voice? Is that any better? Is that any better? Hello. Is that better? You've ding-donged and everything in between as far as you can. Yay! That's cool, lovely. Thank you, Dormouse. Listen, I hope you feel better soon, because it sucks. It really does suck, the fibro. Is that any clearer, Neil? Hang on, if I pop that right on the centre point, that's now off. So everything is, it's telling me everything is off. 1 second, where's the WhatsApp? There's the WhatsApp group. My watch is, no, it's not better. Oh no. Right, bear with me, everybody. I tell you what, while I'm going to get this looked at, I will hit this magic housekeeping button. Bear with.
Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future.
Okay, what about that, Neil? Is that any clearer? Is that any better? I've unplugged the microphone, plugged it back in, and reset the software. So hopefully, is that any better? All good now. Thank you. Yay! Mama, I'm coming home. I've had that song stuck since Ozzy passed. Ozzy! Oh, I was heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken. I was like, oh my God, no, not Ozzy. Absolutely heartbroken to hear that he passed. And as for all the AI rumours and nonsense videos that's going around on the internet, listen, if you see any, please don't share them, right? He hasn't had his funeral yet. Sharon wasn't with him at Digitas in Switzerland. None of that was real. Just shocking, the number of stories that and AI photos of Sharon Just no. Let's let the poor bugger rest for a little bit before we start making AI videos of him. Do you know what I mean? That's the least I can do. What's my favourite Aussie song? Now, do you know what? It used to be Bark at the Moon. I love Paranoid. Technically, both of those. I think Bark at the Moon is actually an Aussie, not a Black Sabbath. But I do think Mama, I'm Coming Home is just an awesome song. Absolutely awesome song. I love Changes. The version he did with himself, not the version with Kelly Osbourne, because I didn't like the changes in the lyrics. But no, I think, but also some of his later stuff that isn't very well known, if you listen to it, there's some really good music. Again, Brain isn't going to be able to tell you any of the titles. But some of his later stuff, Blizzard of Oz, though, as an album, I think is great. A great album. Really, really good. That I know that's like early Aussie. I do love Blizzard of Oz. I think it's an awesome album. But yeah. But everybody else, put your favourite Aussie or Sabbath song in the doodah. Yours was Iron Man, and now it's Mama, I'm Coming Home. I just love it. I've had that in my head on my ADHD repeat play for days now. Days and 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 days. It really has been on a loop. And not even because he sang it, because he sang it so poorly. I know, doodah, exactly, it is. It's on the doodah. I absolutely just... No More Tears. Oh, you see, again, that's an amazing track. That is an amazing track. Absolutely.
I just think he, again, is one of those people that because he did the TV shows, because he did, you know, the famous thing when he had the bubble machine and he was like, he's the effing Prince of Darkness, how can he have bubbles? Because there was that sort of comedic side to him, and that very, you know, we saw behind the crack, we saw behind the mask. I think a lot of people kind of wrote off his music, but they were just they were just like, a lot of people were calling them the founders of heavy metal, and I do think that's quite true. Close Your Eyes Forever. Okay, that's sad. Isn't it weird how all these songs now have got a completely different feeling? Completely different feeling. No More Tears reminds you of driving around the countryside in Wales with a mate and him playing it in the car. Wow. You see, Paranoid makes me think of The Dungeon, that club where with Wayne and Hig and me dressed in a floor-length leather skirt rocking the goth out. You know, it really, really does. And it's strange, isn't it? It's really strange how music can take you back to a particular place in your memory. But yeah, I just think it's one of those things, isn't it, where when somebody passes and it's somebody who we've all taken for granted, it makes you suddenly go, oh my God, actually, look at the body of work of these people. I mean, when Bowie died, it was the same thing. The Black Star album that came out as he was, you know, just as he was poorly. Amazing album. But I immediately went and downloaded and got a load of my old Bowie albums out and was like, oh, you just forget how amazing these people are. And because Ozzy was still releasing music, you know what I mean? There was music, like I think his last album came out a couple of years back, 24, 23, something like that. And he had a song come out a couple of months back. It's just awesome. And again, now we're in one of those. Do you know what? There was a really sad, stupid AI video thing, and it showed him arriving in the Musician's Paradise Heaven thing, and it was Elvis welcoming him, and I was just like, no. It will be Lemmy and Bowie, and it wouldn't be Elvis. Do you know what I mean? Welcoming him to the hereafter. But anyway, enough reminiscence about the Ozster. When I came in, you were talking about, please don't talk about anything that is being said on the internet. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Can swipe you sideways into tears attached to so many memories. Absolutely. Music and smells, 100%. That's how I always know if, like, my mum's energy is around, because I smell freesias because they were her favourite flower. Or I smell, there's a particular, I can't remember what it's called now, but there is a very particular spray that she used to love. And it's in a pink bottle. I've still got one of them somewhere. And that, again, is one of those things. Good evening, Aquilarius. Hi, all. Yeah, no, I agree, Nanette. I agree. The problem is, though, when you're up at 4 a.m. scrolling on social media and you're just scrolling through, there's lots of AI shorts, and you just go, leave them alone. Anyway, enough about all of that. Not everybody is an Aussie fan. Not everybody appreciates heavy metal and that era of rock, which is perfectly fine. It's not to everybody's taste, but I tell you what is to everybody's taste: tarot readings, at least here on this channel. So we're going to crack on with some tarot readings tonight. I've got the Fifth Spirit deck ready to roll, the old favourite. I've got my new tarot cloth ready for after today. For the next lot, we're going to have crows on the desk for the coming week. That'll be on Sunday, because obviously we start a brand new month on Friday. Can you believe it's August almost already? How quickly it's going at the moment. There is exactly 21 weeks until Christmas, and I know this because I've got a target intended to lose the weight, and I can get to my target bang on Christmas if I lose a particular amount each and every week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, both me and Rufus, that's my husband, both me and Rufus are losing weight using the Slimming World plan. There's a whole channel dedicated to it. The channel has gone ballistic recently, like through the roof. Numbers, figures, everything is gone bonkers. And to be honest, we're struggling to keep up with the schedule for that channel at the moment, but we weigh in live every Wednesday evening at 6:30 on Beyond Authentic Health. So literally Beyond Authentic Health, we've got a weight loss group that supports everybody, whether you're a loser, a gainer or a maintainer, and that is 6:30 Wednesday evenings UK time. So check that out if you are interested in not just following our path, but we support people if they're on Manjaro or semaglutide. We support calorie counters, Weight Watchers, whatever it is. If you are on a weight loss journey and you need a bit of support, come and see us over there. Anyway, this channel is all about the witchy stuff, the tarot. I am very aware that the pagan camp I go to has already happened this weekend, but I do believe Lammas or Lunasa is still to come. It's this weekend coming, isn't it? I'm sure that's right. I think it is. I will double check. Again, I'm a bit rubbish with my my Wiccan holidays because I don't tend to follow all of them, but I'm sure that it's Lammas this coming weekend. Anyway, let's crack on. Good evening to Kelsey Wells. Good evening to you, my darling. Good evening to Dormouse. You're geared up as far as your ear goes. Okay, but the doctor had you do a test to see if you have damage to your ears, and you've got damage in your left ear by 20%. He also wants you to do surgery and an MRI, so I don't know when that's going to be. Oh, my darling, I hope that everybody is okay. Good evening, Melinda Brown. Hello, my darling. Yes, I can see why you think we look alike in that photo. I really can. I have a photo very, very similar to that of me, and I had to stop and look then for a second. I was like, oh, that isn't me. Yes, definitely separated at birth, and also a few years, and also size, and also a different continent, not just a different country. But yeah, apart from all of that, yeah, absolutely. You have it down as Friday the 31st. It may well be Friday is the 1st. Yeah, I think it is Friday. Thank you very much. 2nd of August is Lammas. Hang on a second. Computer, when is Lammas?
I don't know that.
Computer, when is the pagan holiday of Lunasa?
From worldanvil.com. Lunasa is celebrated in the space between summer and autumn at the beginning of the harvest.
My witch's diary, my Llewellyn, which is the one I go with all of this, is in the lounge, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would give you the definitive, but yeah, no, it is. It's in the lounge. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I will be doing a little ritual for Lammas whenever it is. I always do. It's one of the festivals that has an importance to me, and so it is one of the festivals that I do acknowledge. Also, I've got to say, I've got my part of my coven of pop culture coven just here. So I've got Willow, Tara, I've got Agatha Harkness, Scarlet Witch, and just behind there I've got the figure of Dark Willow, which got addicted to the magics. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Anyway, right, let's have a look. 6 weeks after Midsummer. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. I think it's this weekend. It's either Friday or Saturday. So I tell you what, whenever you are celebrating Lammas or Lunasa, have a lovely Lammas or Lunasa or Harvest Festival, whatever you are following, whatever you are celebrating. Whenever you celebrate it, I believe it's this time, but obviously if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's in early part of the year, whatever that would be. It would be May when Beltane is. Anyway, enough. Yours gives you notifications at 3 a.m. That's useful. That's useful. I have had to turn off my doorbell camera and set it because I had the proximity thing on it, and every time the cats walked across the fence, something's been spotted in the visit. And it's like, yes, I know, it's the blooming cats. And the other camera we've got that looks in the whole of the garden down the side of the house, that one, if there's a little spider building a web just near it, which there has been, the little spider, not the web itself, because that's slightly off, the little strands that they send out, as that catches the light when it's in UV mode, that is enough to trigger the camera to turn the lights on full blast outside and to send a message to my phone saying an intruder has been detected. So I have to go out every couple of days with a duster, like one of those long dusty things, and just give it a dust just to make sure that the spider doesn't trigger it. I know, right? Anyway, I may not have my Alexa set to the right time zone. Oh, that's a possibility. You have no idea when it is, but it'll be a blast. I'm going to celebrate it either the Friday morning or the Saturday morning, probably the Saturday morning, to be honest. Anywho, right, how do you get a reading on this channel? Let's get down to task. So then, there are two ways to get a tarot reading on this channel. The first is to wait until we announce a round. How do you know when a round is happening? Because you will hear this sound. That is your cue that a round is opening. As soon as that happens, go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. However, one of those will get selected at random. Only one. If you put your question in, then that will get selected whenever it gets selected. Okie doke. However, no, that's not right. Backtrack, Lisa. One of those will get selected and one only. Just if 10 people put their questions in, we'll still only read for one person. The only way to get your reading guaranteed is to go ahead and send it through as a super chat. Any amount will get yours next on the list or in the list. So if I get more than one super chat, I read them in the order they come in. If you want to guarantee a longer reading than just the 3-card standard, you can do so by sending a super chat of £8 or $10 or above. Anything in any other currency, the mods will do a quick little currency check and let me know if it's over those amounts, because we've had people donate 350 something and you go, oh, that's a lot of money, and then it translates to be like 27 pence, which is absolutely fine. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with donating 27 pence or whatever it may be. That will guarantee you a reading, but again, we do translate because of that cap on the longer readings. As always, 10% of any money that we make from YouTube goes to the not NSPCC, what's it called, the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals, and 10% also goes to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which is a charity in the UK supporting LGBTQIA plus youth who are facing and dealing with homelessness. That's going to be our two standard charities moving forward forever. And yeah, that's YouTube takes its cut off the top. Whatever's left, that's where it goes, and the rest of the money goes back into the channel basically. I've just had to buy a new chair because this one, the thing that locks it in place, is now no longer working, so unfortunately it does that. All of that being said, are we ready for some readings? I think we are. So then, when's the noise? All aboard! I was going to shout that really loudly like Ozzy, but I got scared. Anyway, all aboard! It is time. The round is officially open. My buttons aren't going to work today because of course they're not. But again, go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will come through to you, or one of those will get picked and selected, and I will read for that person. Don't forget, as always, if you want to guarantee your reading, you can do so by sending it through in the form of a super chat. So there you go. That is the way to do the things. Do the doodahs, and you've got about 30 seconds to get your question in. Let me just make sure I don't have any of those other things highlighted. No, I don't. So then, because we are very close to Lunasa, or Lognasada, as I used to absolutely say, let's have this video. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. There we go. Make sure I click the button to come back on screen. Yes, indeed. Just ask any one of our mods if you've got any questions. If you don't know who the mods are, they are the people with their names in blue. The people with their names in green, those lovely people are members on the channel, and you can become a member from just $2.99 a month if you wish to support myself and the channel. Again, any money that's made, we've got those 2 charity options. Thank you. And everything else goes back into the channel itself. Right then, so Melinda, my darling, Melinda, let me have a quick wee look. Melinda, your message is or your question is up first. Let me just make sure I don't terrorize everybody by wobbling the camera around too much. There we go. Perfect position now. As I say, I've got the new tarot cloth ready for the coming month. I like doing a different cloth every month, you know. It feels kind of cool. Right then, so Melinda, you're looking for a general reading, so we're going to go ahead and do that for you now. As always, we cleanse the area with the vibrations from the lovely bell, and we bring in Wispy. If you don't know who Wispy is my air dragon, my dragon that it deals with the element of air. And Wispy is basically, here we go, get Wispy's bits. Wispy is basically my connection to the Akashic records. And if you are new here, you might be wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Well, Wispy, it won't blooming work. Wispy is connected, and there is a whole podcast episode which is linked in the doodah down below, linked in the description. Go and check that one out. Good evening, Crystal Rose. I've just seen you pop in as well, my darling. Hello. So yes, go and check that out for the lovely Wispy if you are so inclined. I'm just resetting my Stream Deck buttons to see if I can make the blooming things work. Me and technology, do you know? Me and technology. What a pain. Right then, so Wispy, we are looking for a reading for our continental sister Melinda, our sister in spirit. That sounds wrong. That sounds very wrong, but you get what I'm trying to say, Wispy. Let me see, is that going to work this time? Yes, I've reset the buttons and now the messages work. Yay. Right, there you go. In the live chat, there is the connection to where Wispy is. So if you want to go and look at that, that's the link there. We've got a lovely podcast episode all about Wispy and all of that lovely stuff. It is very soon to be August, so we will be doing a new podcast episode very soon for y'all. Anyway, let's go. So Wispy, my darling, Melinda wants a general question, please. A general reading. So then, Melinda, let's see what the energy leaving, that was me. Let's see the energy leaving July. What is coming up for you? Right, bear with. Let me just grab my phone and turn the alerts off. Otherwise, that is going to bingy bongy bleep bleep. Oh, come on, it is my fingerprint. Oh, gosh. There we go. It doesn't like my fingerprint sometimes. or the way I shuffle the cards. I know, Wispy, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I will say again, my ADHD is doing 15 different things at once at the moment. My brain is not braining very well. I need to drink more coffee, that's what it is. Right then, so Wispy, a general reading for Melinda. A general reading for Melinda. Oh my God, Wispy, what is going on? Right, centered. You'd think I've never shuffled a deck of cards before. Oh, I had a super chat come in. Thank you very much for the super chat. I will get to that next. Right then, there we go. So then, for Melinda, where you are right now, this is what we're looking at. The energy that is around you at the moment. Okay, Knight of Swords. Okay, the energy... Let me just bring that down slightly. I think this is a little bit crooked. The energy that is... there we go. Is that a little bit better, maybe? Yep. The energy... That is what you need to know. So what hang on. Why am I getting the feeling I should be changing the spread? Okay, what of my standard spreads? Okay, your path. Okay. I don't know why, but this other spread is calling me. Right, so this is where you are at the moment. Then I've got your path. So the path you are following, the direction you're going in, right? And then I've got potential. So the path you are going in, 10 of Wands reversed. Something isn't right, Melinda. You're headed down a bit of a dark road, it feels. I don't know why, but it might not be you. I'll come to that in a second. And then the Ace of Swords. Right, okay. Something is going on. Let me just... There we go. Right, Melinda, something is going on. The cards aren't happy with the way something is panning out. Let me explain. So, if this is the energy for you right now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to swap to that camera 2 seconds. I just don't want to make everybody seasick. I just need to make sure it's leveled. There we go. So the energy that's there with you right now, if this is where you are, the Knight of Swords. Swords is trouble and strife. The Knights are teenage energy. So there is a slight rebelliousness going on at the moment that is causing you some issues. Now, this isn't where you are. This is your energy that's coming through. So I don't know whether there's something where you are being maybe a little bit stubborn or a little bit angry or a little bit in your emotions in a negative way at the moment. But whatever it is, it feels almost like you're your own worst enemy with something. It feels like whatever you are doing is cutting your nose off to spite your face. Does that make sense? And I don't know exactly what that is about, but it's absolutely... it's that rebellious teenage vibe. Now, what I mean by that is it's that I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know it's going to hurt me, but sod it. I'm going to do it anyway because I want to, and you can't tell me not to. It's that vibe. Now, whatever that is, whatever this path is, it's really not a good one for you right now, okay? And it's really important. This message is really important. As I started to pull the cards on this spread, my standard spread, I was like, no, this isn't going to get the message. We need to change spread. That very rarely happens. The fact that it's changed it to the path spread and these other two cards have come up absolutely tells me a lot. What it tells me is this 10 of Wands, this is your path. This is where you are headed right now with this Knight of Swords energy. This 10 of Wands, my darling, is... Wands is confidence, security, self-esteem, all of those lovely things. As you've heard me say 100 times, 10s are overflowing. The 9 is when it is full. right? 9 is 3 by 3, magical spiritual numbers, all in their numerology context, lots of other random stuff. However, 10 is when it's overflowing. 10 is when it's got to come out, it's got to expand. The 10 of Wands, you get so confident, it veers into arrogance, it sets itself on fire, which isn't a good thing, because you want the wands, you need the wands, you don't want them burning up to ash, you need the wands. And then this is reversed, which means it's against your better judgment, it's against what you feel like you should be absolutely doing. It's almost like if I last Tuesday I went to my Slimming World group and my weight loss group, and I was in such a foul mood. Tuesday night I overate a lot. I went to 23 sins. This is going to make no difference and no sense if you're not following the plan, but anyway, you're allowed 15. I went to 23 because my head was that way out. At the time, I knew exactly what I was doing. I made the choice. However, I did scale it back from where I could have gone, but I was in that way out. I literally was like, sod it. I don't care. I do care, so I'm going to try and limit the damage, but I really don't care. Do you know what I mean? There was like a part of me, a little voice was there going in my ear, a little Jiminy Cricket conscience thing going, no, Lisa, don't, no, Lisa, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the bulk of me was going, whoa, 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 because I was so peed off, right? This card gives me that same energy. Whatever it is you are doing, whatever this path is, it's like, you know, it's self-destructive, but you're doing it anyway. Please, please, please be careful, because where it leads to, the potential on this path is a whole new, bigger problem. The Ace of Swords. So we've got some hurdles and problems here that you're dealing with, but you're dealing with in a very negative, sod it kind of way. And here, this is worse. This is more damage. This is a new set of problems that are going to come your way if you keep going down this path, my darling. Really, really, really. Aces are all about new starts, right? You go, oh, great, turn over a new leaf, all of these lovely things. No, this is new problems, right? This would be like, again, using myself as an example, this would be like me saying, oh, when I've gone off plan and when I've done my self-sabotage thing, I ate 27 bars of chocolate, right? I didn't. And then realizing, because I ate those 27 bars of chocolate, I've now got bleeds in both my eyes because of the sugar. And actually, you know, I now have to deal with more surgeries, more problems, more blind spots, more issues. And it's even more likely I'm going to lose my sight. This card is screaming that at you, my darling. Whatever you're doing right now is self-destructive, right? Whatever that means. Please be really, really, really careful, Melinda. I know that there are some physical issues that you've been dealing with. Please be careful that whatever this is, that you don't make that worse. I really, really, really hope that helps. I really, fingers crossed, really, really hope that everything kind of, that this is hitting home, if that makes sense. And that it absolutely, how can I put it? That it rings a bell, right? I really hope it rings a bell and not just one of those bells. I hope that helps, my darling. I'm going to pull you one more card, okay? Wispy, I need a card to show. I'm going to pull from the center of the pack, so it's completely down to you, Wispy. I need a card to show Melinda a different direction than this path, right? A different direction than this path. Oh, hang on. I feel like I'm drawn to this card, right? And we've got a different path. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is, whatever this was, the way forward, the way to get out of this path before this happens is to put some hard work in. It might be financial. I don't think it is with this. I think it's something else. Hard work, and double down on that hard work, right? Whatever that means for you, whatever this hard work is, you've got to rededicate yourself to it. If this is to do with your health issues and you haven't been looking after yourself, or you haven't been doing, you know, what the doctors have said, or whatever it is, if that's what this is, then you need to reset. Give your head a wobble, right? Give your head a bit of a shake and reset, because this, absolutely, the way out is to do the work. You can't shirk the work. You need to do the work. Otherwise, it's gonna end up in disaster. Okay, I really, really, really hope that helps, my darling. And yeah, please take heed. Right, the fact that I changed spread midway through and that these cards have come up, you know, I don't need to say it, do I, my darling? My head is telling me, my heart is telling me that the cards are spot on with this. So I hope that helps, Melinda, my darling. I really, really do. No problem, my love. Absolutely no problem. Thank you very much for your question. And again, I know that sometimes you've joined us on the other channel. If you want to join us there tomorrow, my darling, 6:30 UK time, come and have a natter with us on there on the health side of things, if that's part of it. Right then, mods, is this a 3 card I'm doing for quad? Can you let me know, please? Good evening to Percy. Hello, Percy. Neil did send me the thingy for the cards for your tarot deck, which is here, the un-tarot deck. So I will be looking at that. I did have a read through it and I was like, oh my god, it's so amazing. But I haven't read through it with the cards, so I will be doing that and I will have a look at that in due course. I've got load of decks here that I need to deal with, plus I've got the Star deck, which is a deck that Patricia sent me a long time ago that I need to review. I need to get off my bum and do these things, basically. That's what I need to do. Right then, so thank you, my darling. Melinda has renewed a membership. Oh, thank you, you're very kind. And I'll be there on Sunday, Melinda, if you want to have a natter on the members only. But also, I think it will be a week Friday will be the, thank you, Neil, will be the longer members only. That'll be the Friday one. All right, a week this Friday. Put it in your diary now. Right then, so quad, thank you very much for your super chat. Everybody, if you're waiting on a reading, the round will be open after. Oh, I can't pick these blooming cards up. I've had my nails did. Well, I did them last week whenever Leeds Pride was. And so they're shorter. They're in bolder Trans Pride colours, obviously. But they're still quite thick. So I'm still struggling to pick things up a little bit. Right then, so let's have a look. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Holland. Let's have a wee look. Where's your message gone, Quad? There it is. Quadrantids. Let's do your reading now. So then, as always, we do the doodah. Cleanse the space with the music. Not music. You know what I mean. The bell. The ding-a-longer. Right, so your question is, my darling, Wispy, good evening. Your career, you're in a sales position and you suck at it, okay? At least you know your limits. You're miserable here. You don't know how or when or where to escape. You have no help from anyone. As of now, it's just you, so a bit of clarity will be helpful. Okay, my darling, so a career reading for quad. Let's have a look. Ooh, we've got the career obstacle. That immediately jumped out at me. What you're, oh, and we've got, is that a single? No, it's 2 cards. It's 2 cards, Wispy. Wispy, if you want a card to drop, make a card drop. Right, career obstacle, your position and your opportunity. Okay. Okay, Wispy, are we going with the career obstacle one? Well, we know what the obstacle is. It's sales. Ace of Cups. Well, you're not doing what you love. Right. Card was sort of, yeah, that. The Ace of Cups is a clarifying card. Clarifying cards clarify the rest of the reading. It's a modifier. This instantly tells me that whatever it is you are doing right now, you hate it. Absolutely hate it. It is okay, thank you. It is a it is making you sad. right? I know you've put that in your question, but the Ace of Cups is coming in. Cups is your emotional, so aces are new starts. This is upside down. So this, it feels like, I don't know how long you've been in this job, but I don't think it's the longest time. This is absolutely at the moment making you miserable, and it will make you miserable. It will make you sad. It will depress you. So then, Wispy, we need to find some answers for Quad. Let's have a look. We do your cut, and we want the career obstacle. We know it's going to be the sales thing, but Wispy, what I am looking for is, in terms of a career obstacle, let's flip it. Let's flip it. Let's go the positive route, Wispy. We know what the career obstacle is. It's a sales position that Quad sucks at. So how do we overcome the obstacle? We know the obstacle. How do we overcome the obstacle? Okay, we do that by okay. Are we talking about unmasking or masking? Unmasking or masking? Right. If that's how we overcome the obstacle, we're going to go with here. If this is the obstacle, Wispy, we're looking for a new direction, and then the route if we follow that new direction. Okay, so the obstacle, so the new direction. Okay, the star, that's good. And where are we headed? We need okay, clarity. We need clarity on this. Okay, so Quad, we know what the obstacle is. The obstacle is that this is a relatively the project doesn't fit you. We know it doesn't fit you. We know it's something that is, whether it's a new job or whether it's a new side of it, whatever it is right now, it does not work. It's making you sad. It's making you miserable. It's causing these negative emotions. How you overcome it in the short term. I'm going to pull a card, Wispy, to clarify this. Okay. What are we looking at? Is this a mask or an unmask? That's the question, Wispy. A mask or an unmask? Okay, it's a mask. Right, okay, it's a mask. Right, okay. Now, what I mean by masking, right? Let me just flip to this. What I mean by masking is this is a fake it till you make it, right? Whilst you are working in this job, you may well hate it. Whilst you are there, it's paying some bills, right? So I would never say, as much as anybody is miserable, find something that sparks you joy, right? Absolutely, go off and do that. But you need to be realistic. It's the real world. You need to make sure your roof is kept above your head, that there are meals on your table for you to eat. You need to make sure your bills are paid. If that means sticking out a job that you hate until you find something else, if that's what you need to do, then you tell yourself, this is temporary. I am going to move, right? Tell this to yourself. Don't tell your bosses, because they'll get rid. I am going to move jobs. I am going to find the job that I want. I am going to, whilst I'm doing that, I am going to pretend that I like this job, right? And so when I'm talking about masking, there is a thing, right? And the reason this gave me such clarity, I'll talk through my process. This card, the Queen of Wands in this deck, is a performer, right? She's a stage performer. She's on stage in a fancy dress, fancy heels, the lights, the cameras, the microphone. She is presenting as being a fabulous singer, a fabulous, look how confident I am. This card means a lot to me because I used to sing and perform on stage, and there would be many times where my stage fright would be absolutely terrible until I walked out. Once I walked out, I was fine. I could fake it. Behind the stage, all my nerves were there, right? So that instantly is telling me that there's this issue of masking. The Emperor, the reason this makes sense as to this is a way to go forward is that, again, this is why tarot is such a personal story. This card, immediately, the image that jumped into my head was an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where the captain and the doctor are telepathically linked. And the doctor says, which way do we go? And the captain says, we go this way. And she says, you don't know. You've just made that up. And he says, no, we go this way. And she says, you have no more idea than I do. And he says, yes, but I am the captain. I cannot afford to not know what I am doing. So I have to give an order, and that has to be followed, even though I may not know that that is the correct course. I have to effectively fake it until you make it, right? So in your job at the moment, pretend that you don't hate it, right? When you go into work, pretend that this is a job that you are at least capable of, right? And that this is a job that you are able to do. Pretend that. Pretend that you like it. Fake it. And if that means putting on a work persona, have an item, right? Have an item. For me, when I used to go on stage and perform, it was my false eyelashes, right? Sounds ridiculous. Sounds utterly bizarre. But I could be in my sparkly sequin dress. I could have the microphone in hand. I could be about to go on. If I didn't have my eyelashes on, I felt almost naked, right? Full face of makeup, full face of stage, costuming, everything else, dripping in sequins and diamonds and all of that lovely, lovely, lovely bling, about to go on stage and sing for 45 minutes or whatever the hell it was. Backstage, when I put my eyelashes on, when I glued them on, that's when I became Lisa the performer, as opposed to Lisa the person that doesn't really know what she's doing. So as soon as those eyelashes went on, I was like, right, that is the last moment, and it would normally be the last thing I did, because in front of hot lights and everything else, you would sweat and they would come off. So that would be the last item I would put on before going on stage to perform. And that was the trigger for me. A bit like a spy or one of these sleeper agents in a movie, when they have a secret code and they say the word Penelope, and all of a sudden you've become the super killer, right? Have something like that. I'm not saying become a super killer, but have something like that. Have a watch or a bracelet or a ring, something that you only you know about. It can be a badge, a brooch, whatever it is, a tie, something that you put on. And then you're in character, right? And your character of Quad, your character is somebody who really loves sales, enjoys sales, is really good at sales, can sell anything, right? You don't have to think of it as being that you are walking into a job you hate. You can think of it as playing Quad 2. And Quad 2 is a version of you in an alternate universe who's really enjoys this job. And every morning, just as you're about to get out the car or get on the bus or head to work or whatever it is, the last thing you put on is that watch, tie, bracelet, earring, whatever it might be. You put that on, And that is your little thing of, right, okay, I am now in work mode, and work me is happy to be here and to get paid and to put a roof over my head. That way, when you finish work at 5:30 or 6:30 or whatever time it is that you finish work, that becomes the first item you take off. So you come out the office and you go, oh, I'll take my ring off, put that in my pocket. Right, let's go looking for a new job. Do you know what I mean? It's just a way of separating your work self to your real self, if you like. And the reason I'm saying that is because in the how you get over this obstacle is by faking it. Where you go from here, that path, you need to set some goals, right? The star is all about wishful thinking for me, making that wish, setting those goals, but it isn't an airy fairy wish. This isn't throwing a coin in a fountain. This isn't blowing on a dandelion. This isn't blowing out a birthday cake. This isn't any of those namby-pamby Disney fairy tale wishes. The star's wish is 100%. This is you making a goal, right? Setting a goal, setting an intention, making it so that this isn't a namby-pamby wish. This is a full-on, I will find a job that I can do, that I love by December. You set yourself that goal. But also that means you've got to sit down and calculate, what job are you going to be good at? What job do you want to do? What skills have you got? What experience have you got? What training have you got? Where is it you actually want to be? We've worked out what you don't want. Where is it you actually want to be? You have to sit down and make those decisions. And the only person that's going to do that is you. I can't tell you what job to go into. I can't tell you how to, which area of life to look at, whether it's medicine or whether it's, looking after animals or whether it's, I don't know, politics or working in a call center. I can't tell you any of that. All I can tell you is to listen to your own inner voice and set your intentions. Make that wish a reality in your mind, right? And the thing about the star, she's carrying the water, but she's got one foot in the water in the emotional self, and she's got the rest of her is on the ground. So she's dealing with these emotions, but she's also grounded, fully grounded. So this isn't saying, oh, I wish I win the lottery, or I wish to be the head of Amazon. This is about creating a realistic wish, a realistic goal, and then working towards it, putting the work in to find it. And how you do this is by using, right, confidence, which is one, self-esteem, confidence, and you do it by tapping into that teenage rebellious energy that I talked about before. This teenage rebellious energy is a positive thing. You have to have the confidence that these kids on skateboards have when they're going up and going down a blooming railing or whatever it is, right? That's the confidence you need to find. You need to go at it. You set this as realistic. You decide, given my experience, given my strengths, my weaknesses, my experience, my training, what I enjoy, this is where I want to work. This is what I want to do. You research it. You work out what you need to get that job, bearing in mind, while you're doing this, you're still doing the job you hate, but you're faking that you enjoy it, and you're paying those bills. But what you're actually doing after work, before work, is working out what you really want to do, and then this is going for it with the confidence. You know which way to go now. You know you've done the research. You know that you want to go and work for, I don't know, Paxocan company, right? Paxocan. They make potatoes. I don't know, right? You know you want to work for that company. You want to work in the HR department of Paxocan. So what you do is you look at your experience, a little bit of HR knowledge there, but you're lacking. So you go and get 6 months of a course in HR to go and do an HR job at Paxo. You do that whilst you're still working in the job you're in, because that job pays your bills and it gives you the ability to go and learn something. You do that on an evening, you do it on a weekend, whenever it is. You then go with all of this experience and you go and find the people at Paxo or whatever the bloody hell it is, and you say, I've got this experience, this qualification, this is why I want to work here. I've recently gone and got this piece of paper that says I can do this training for this job. I really want to do this job. I know I can do this job. Please let me know what the jobs are available. You say that in an interview, and you use that teenage confidence and you just go and do it, right? That's what you need to do, my darling. That's what you need to do. Decide where you want to be, work out how to get there. That's the key thing. A wish is nothing unless you follow it up with the hard work. And that's what these are saying, right? And then you're not going to have this emotional negativity surrounding you, right? I hope that helps. It is work. It does mean you're going to have to work to find the work that you want, if that makes sense. But I do absolutely believe you're going to be able to find it. You just have to have a little bit of that gutsy teenage confidence after you've worked out exactly where you do want to be. And once you've got that answer, you focus on it and you go for it. I really hope that helps, my friend. I really do. And thank you so much for your question, and thank you for your donation. Right then, so let's have a wee look back in the chat. I know, right? I should be a career counsellor, shouldn't I? I've got a live stream tomorrow on Beyond Authentic Health. So I've got a live stream over there, and I will be doing a members only in a couple of weeks' time on the Friday for this channel. On Friday, it won't be on the 1st, it will be on the 8th of August. All being well, the 8th of August, I'll be doing a members only over there. Yeah, unfortunately there wasn't one on Sunday. I was poorly. No, unfortunately I missed Sunday because I was poorly, Melinda. My fibro, basically, I didn't wake up until nearly, well, it was 10 past 10 in the evening on Sunday. That's why there wasn't a stream on Sunday. But it's every Tuesday and Sunday evening, 7 p.m, 6 p.m. Sundays for the members, and ad hoc, one Friday a month, maybe two, depends on how I feel, for an extra members only, which will be on a Friday evening, and that'll be a Friday night natter, and that's normally about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we talk about anything and everything. Okay, so that's what that is. On my other channel, Beyond Authentic Health, where me and Rufus are doing the weight loss thing, that has got its own schedule. So there's videos there on a Monday, we go live on a Wednesday, and there's a video on a Friday as well. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. If you're not getting notifications, the only thing I can suggest that you do is to unclick your bell and then click it again, if that makes sense. So yeah, no problem at all, Quad. Hopefully that helps, my friend. Thank you ever so much, as I say, for your donation, and thank you for your question. Right then, everybody, I do believe it is time. Let's do that air horn once more. There we go. It is time. The next round is now open. Do please go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will get selected at random. If you want to guarantee that you are up next, you know what you need to do. You send it through as a super chat, any amount, and it will get you the next available position. If I get more than one super chat, I read them in the order they come in. But if you want a longer reading, a 6 or 7 card reading going into a lot more detail, then please do send a donation of £8 British or $10 or above. So yes, that is the way you get a longer reading. Right then, we've had Stonehenge so far for our Lammas Lunasa August festival type celebrations. So we've had that, and now we're going to go with a little bit of fire, because Lammas is a fire festival. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Indeed, and you can always tell who the mods are because their names are in blue. Their names are in blue. Right then, so oh, hang on. Oh, my mouse froze then. Good lord. Right then, so which one, mods? So then, Nanette, there we go. Right, okay. Nanette. Where are you, my darling? There you go. Your question, Nanette's Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. Sounds spooky. And Jack in the photo. Look at there, lovely little Jack. You're thinking about, my nose is itching. I know your palms itch. One means money's coming, one means money's going. What does your nose itching mean apart from somebody's cooking with chili somewhere? Does it mean like, probably means I'm going to be down with flu or cold or COVID or something, doesn't it? No, but like, is there an old folks tale, like old wives' tale about your nose itching? I can't do the bewitched thing. I just do me top lip. Right, you're thinking about doing something, Nanette, and you're wondering if the cards say you should or is it a bad idea. Okie dokie, this will be a simple one. Right, so then what we are going to do, Nanette, we are going to do 2 things for you, my love. One, I am going to ask the cards very specifically, and 2, we are going to spin the coin of decision, or whatever it's going to be called. So let's do the thing. So we're going to do the cleanse the space with the bell. And I'm going to bring Wispy in. So then, Wispy, Nanette is a long-time supporter of the channel, long-time member of the channel, long-time supporter, long-time friend. And Nanette would like to know, she's thinking about doing a thing. Should she do that thing, or is it a bad idea to do that thing? Okay, Wispy, we're going to pull a single solitary card. And we want a definitive answer, Wispy. Okay, we want a very definitive answer. That answer needs to be a yay or a nay. Right? Oh, you've dropped me a single card. Okay, this may well... There we go. Well, we've dropped a single card. I said I wanted a single card. Wispy's delivered a single card. And we're also going to spin the coin. Should Nanette do the thing? Okay, and then we'll see... The coin will tell us whether you should or shouldn't, and the card will tell us why that is so. Okay. So, Wispy, it's all up to you, my friend. We've got a yes on the coin. So, yes, you should do the thing. Ooh. And you've got the High Priestess, and she's upright. So, the card was very determined yes as well. So, then... why should you do the thing? Well, the High Priestess is all about, it's all about the rules and regulations because she's a stickler for the rules. But also, more importantly than that, the High Priestess is all about our spiritual, our learning, our sort of... our internal, our self, our what guides us. It's our morals. It's all of that. The High Priestess stands between light and dark with the 2 towers. She's a character who likes the rules to be followed where they should be and in the way that we do things, right? If you're looking at a almost like deity work, she's somebody who wants to be worshipped in the correct way. She wants to be honored in the correct way. If you're looking at this as being a person, then you've got to do things, you know, in the right way according to that person. Whatever this means for you, my darling, there's something here about the High Priestess in this deck holds the answer, right? So yes, you should do it because it's going to unlock a spiritual or a developmental answer, because as you can see, she's got this lock chest. I don't mean her bosom, I mean the chest, the little treasure box that she's holding, right? And she's holding that, but it looks like she's about to open it, doesn't it? It looks like she's holding it like literally like this, where she's about to lift the lid. Maybe the thing that we learn from the High Priestess is where the key is. But the coin, and again, a lot of people dismiss random acts of chance. I believe very firmly that the universe and synchronicity and all of these things happen for a reason. And if you are looking for an answer, a toss of a coin, a magic 8-ball, that thing where you pick up a book and you look for, you know, the first word you see on page 79 or whatever the hell it is, that random act of synchronicity where you allow the universe to inform you, whatever method you use is just as valid. In the same way, oracle cards are just as valid as tarot cards, are just as valid as runes, are just as valid as whatever else. The fact that we've had an affirmative with the coin and a very positive with the cards, not only is it an upright card, not only is it overall a positive card, but it's also a bloody major arcana. Very definitely, yes. Very definitely go for it. And it's, for some reason, it's going to unlock some knowledge, or it's going to give you a thing, a boost, if that makes sense. So therefore, I hope that helps, Nanette. I really, really, really do. Right then, let me have a wee look. Yeah, I hope that helps. Right, let's look in the chat. Oh, hang on. It used to mean there's an argument on its way, or spirit is around me. I prefer spirit around me, thank you very much. I would much prefer spirit to be around me. Isn't that if your nose itches, you're going to get in an argument with someone? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Your nose always used to itch when there was trouble on the bar that you worked at. Never let you down. Can you tack on at the end? What do you mean, my darling? I don't know what you mean, Ed. Let me know what you mean in the group chat, in the WhatsApp. Nanette, you've been having trouble with people and you've decided, since you can't do it mundanely, you're going to use magical means to get treated with respect from the people that are not treating you. That is what you want to do. Okay. Be careful. I'm not one to tell another witch how to handle magic. Be careful. Intent is everything. Be careful is all I'm going to say, my darling. But the cards seem positive. So there you go. You do you. As it always says, and it says at the bottom, you make all your own decisions about your own life. But yeah, you do you, my darling. The cards seem, and the coin seems to say, go for it. So there you go. Whatever guidance that gives you, there you go, my darling. There's definitely an argument on the way, but it's not going to be with me. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right then, shall we have another round? I think we should have another round, don't you? I tell you what, though, just before we do have another round, just in case you were wondering, when I was talking earlier about memberships, we do have a membership scheme open. Now, it is true that YouTube does take a cut from the money that comes through, but it's also probably the easiest way to offer support to myself and the channel in a way that is consistent, because what it does do is it does enable us to look at longer term plans, and if I need to upgrade software and things, or cameras and bits and bobs like that, it means that I know roughly how much I need to put to it and how much the channel is actually bringing in, which is an incredibly useful thing. So I'm incredibly lucky to have that. So thank you ever so much for Okie dokie, Ed. Thank you ever so much for those choosing to support me that way. We're going to do this and then we'll open up the round straight after this.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. The horn has sounded. Do please go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. Do please go ahead and do that thing just about now. Go ahead and do the thing. Thank you very much. That is muchly wisely done of a thing that you can do. Those words didn't make any sense, really, did they? It's almost like my brain got taken over by whatever space alien controls Trump. Yes, wisely, menly do the thing. That's all the words, not necessarily in the right order. So then, just to let you all know, I am planning a giveaway on the channel quite soon, I think, because looking at the numbers, let me just grab that from the doodah. Thank you very much, keeper of the questions. Having a look at this one, am I going to be able to do that? Of course I'm not, Lisa, because you know that would be a very sensible thing to have on screen, to have on my screen, if that makes sense. I don't mean on screen, I mean on my screen. So if I do that and then that, where is the numbers at? Oh, thank you, YouTube. You're very, very useful. There we go. We are currently on this channel at 1,465 subscribers. We're this close to 1,500. When we hit 1,500, that is when I will be doing a brand new giveaway. And hopefully it will be a decent size giveaway, right? Hopefully it'll be a decent size giveaway. So we are 35 people away from the next big milestone on the channel, which is 1,500 members, which is subscribers, which is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. There will be a members only mini giveaway at the same time. Okay, so just for the members, because they give extra support on the channel, there will be a little special only for the members only, but there will be a giveaway when we hit that 1,500 mark. Now at the moment this channel is growing very, very slowly. The other channel has gone bonkers, but this channel is growing very, very slowly, so it might be a month or two away, but I am prepping that already. I am already very mindful. We're about to head towards that 1,500 subscriber mark, which is ridiculous. Thank you so much for those of you who choose to be here. Thank you so much for those of you who choose to spend your Tuesday and Sunday evenings with me and have kept that up even when I've been poorly. So thank you very, very much for all of you for doing that. It's bonkers. 1,500 subscribers is absolutely bonkers. I know when you look at these big YouTubers and they've got, 1.8 million and blah, 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 and hundreds of thousands and all of that malarkey, it's a hell of a lot. But for me, 1,500, I didn't think would get to 500, let alone 1,000, let alone nearly 1,500. It is absolutely bonkers. So there will be a nice witchy giveaway when we get to 1,500, and as I say, for the members there will be a separate members only giveaway, which will be a little bit smaller, but I'm hoping will be a nice giveaway as well, if that makes sense. Right then, keeper of the questions, we've got Kelsey. Have we got a Kelsey? Have I seen a Kelsey? Apologies, Kelsey, if I haven't said hello to you. Oh, I have said hello to you. You're the one in the red. There we are. Good evening, Kelsey. Will you secure a job by September in either sales or marketing? Let's have a look at that for you, my darling. So we're going to go ahead and do the do. Betty Boo is doing the do and you are through. Betty Boo. I know, right? Am I the only one who does that? Is it an ADHD thing? Can anyone, if random words spark snippets of old songs that you've not heard for ages, can you please let me know? Because I know full well, Ed in the chat, one of our lovely moderators, one of my friends I've known for probably over 10 years at this point, Ed likes very much to play Jukebox Lisa. To put something in the chat, to put something, a little word in that he knows is going to make me go, oh, Betty Boo is doing the do. Not that that was an Ed thing, that was just a me thing. But does anyone else have that? Is it just an ADHD brain thing where our brain goes connect? Here's a little lyric. Because I've also got that thing where I'm compelled to say it out. Compelled. I know, right? Anywho, Kelsey, my darling. It's got nothing to do with your reading, unfortunately, but let's have a look. Wispy, let's give it some. So, will you secure a job by September? Wispy, Kelsey needs a job by September in sales or marketing, right? Sales or marketing, Wispy. So we don't want to be a stunt driver. We don't want to be a farmer. We don't want to be a cleaner. We don't want to be a fashion model. None of these jobs we want. We want sales or marketing. That's what we want by September. Is that going to happen, Wispy? Do we have a bit of an insight into the universe? I can smell smoke. I'm hoping it's from outside and not Rufus in the kitchen, because he's got no sense of smell currently. Bear with me, everybody. Computer, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Darling, I can smell smoke. I don't know if it's you or from outside, but check the kitchen.
Announcing.
There we go. Darling, I can smell smoke. I don't know if it's you or from outside, but check the kitchen. There we go. But I obviously I don't mean it's him on fire, because yeah. Anyway, right, Wispy. Let's double check. Oh, is that a single card? Or is 3 of Cups? Okay, Cups is your emotional suit, Kelsey. This is a clarifying, modifying card. When a card pops out, that's what we call it on this channel, and that's when we stop the shuffling and we go straight to the drop. So, a clarifying or modifying card. This card changes slightly the feeling of the next 3 cards I'm about to draw for you. So the 3 of Cups is all about I was going to say bondage, but that sounds wrong. What I mean is bonding, right? Family units, 3 muses, 3 sisters. Think of the 3 witches in Macbeth, right? The maiden, mother, crone, 3 sides of the same thing. We've got that element going on. 1 second. Computer, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Rufus, I can smell smoke. Are you okay?
Announce.
I'm hoping it's coming from outside, but if I don't hear anything from him, I will just run and check in a second. So 3 of Cups is about that. 3s are about moving forward into sort of family, friendship circles, community, all of that thing. Cups is very much that loving, supportive network, right? If you think of like almost like a WI meeting, a Women's Institute meeting, a Mothers meeting, anywhere where you've got that support of the village. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing that this card is suggesting. So let's have a look where you are. where you need to go. Ooh. Sorry, where you are, what you need to know, and what your future is looking like. So, right, I'm going to have to just double check this because it's not going away, this smell, and I can smell it quite strongly. So I will hit this button. Give me 1 second, everybody. Apologies for this. If you don't know, my other half, when he had the COVID, unfortunately, it meant that he lost his sense of smell. So if there is anything catching anywhere, he can't actually smell it. So let me just make sure that the house isn't burning down while I'm on a live stream. Right, give me 1 second, everybody. I shall return. Kelsey, don't go anywhere.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your free card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading.
Oh, God. All is good. All is good. It's all good. He's actually burning something outside in the garden. The house isn't burning down. It's all good. Oh, sorry about that. You try doing that to your other half. No, it works really well. It works really well. No. My house isn't on fire. Sometimes he has been known when he's doing dinner or if he's cooking the dog's dinner or something for pans to burn out and for things to turn into charcoal at the bottom of a pan because he's left it on the stove and not realised he sat down or done something or gone to water the plants or something and it's just completely burnt out to black. But because he's got no sense of smell since COVID, it's just something that we need to be very mindful of. So we just go over and go, oh, hello. Nope, it's all good. So everything's fine. It's I thought it would probably be either the neighbour burning or Rufus burning, as in the garden burning some rubbish, and that's what it was. It was Rufus doing it. So, you know, he could have just I was about to say he could have sent a message, but I ever want me message things off, don't I? So anyway, where were we? Sorry everybody, I do just have to check because the one time I didn't check, the one time I didn't check early enough, the potatoes that were being boiled for dinner had turned into small charcoal lumps that were fused to the bottom of a saucepan or the bottom of a steamer, in fact. And the items on top of the steamer were brown because the whatever it was, the potatoes, however they had burnt through, had obviously smoked or something had happened. Yeah, so that was when I was like, no, I'm sure he'll be fine. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. No, I'm sure he'll be fine. And I didn't check. So since then, we go and check. No, we can't have a chip pan anyway because of the Slimming World. I don't like chip pan, things like that. But yeah, no, he'd never have a chip pan. Don't worry. He's also very, there was a period of time where he would manage to injure his hand with any knife that he had. Whether it was a big carving knife or a little pen knife. The little pen knives were worse. And so for about the first 4 years of us being together, I banned him from having little pen knives. And now he's got a chainsaw. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine. In Scotland, they integrated every room has to have an alarm with heat sensors that work well. That sounds good. That sounds good. Your grumpy won't wear his hearing aids except at work, doesn't want to hear you. Good way of turning them off. He just found his hearing aids. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, don't worry, Nanette. It was absolutely nothing to worry about. I could smell smoke and I always just have to check now, just in case it's potatoes that are slowly turning into charcoal, that could potentially, you know, do a bad thing in the kitchen. But everything's good. Everything is good. Let's just have a look. I know, right? How would I let you know? Because my phone's in here, everything's in here, and I'll just be like, oh. No, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. You didn't know Alexa could do that? Yes, it's a very useful thing. It's a very useful thing to make announcements. Because we've got an Alexa in every room, you basically say trigger word, which in my case isn't the name with the A, but you say that name, pause, make an announcement, and then speak your announcement, and it means whatever room he's in, unless he's in the bathroom, but whatever room he's in, it will announce something. So it's a very useful thing. If I'm cooking dinner, for example, and he might be in the bedroom playing a video game. He doesn't do it very often now, but it means, you know, dinner's ready, or come and get dinner, or whatever. Or normally when I'm on a live stream, it will be I can smell smoke, or can I have a coffee, or whatever. It's a very useful machine. But also sometimes if one of us is poorly and in bed, we use it. So instead of having to, like, if he's making me a coffee, I might be asleep, so we'll go make an announcement, Lisa, do you want a coffee? And he knows that if I don't respond, it's because I'm asleep. Whereas if he sends a text, I might just be like not hearing it, or watching something on my phone, or whatever I'm doing, especially when I'm on a fibro day. Anyway, back to Kelsey. So then, Kelsey, my darling, we've got your I've got your question over here in this bit of it. At least I did have. And of course, my second screen is acting very, very strange. So bear with, there we go. Sales and marketing, or marketing job. So where you are at the moment, we've got the moon reversed. You know the direction you're headed in with this, right? You know what you need to do. This isn't about finding a path through the dark wood. This isn't about finding your way. This is about cracking on with it, right? It's the card literally is saying the moon in this deck is all about finding your path through the wood, through the forest at night time, working out where you go. There's some little firefly bug type things that are lighting your way, but you still need to work out what path you're going on. This isn't about that. You know your path. You just need to start heading down it. Right? So if you're looking for a marketing and sales job, how many jobs are you applying to at the moment? Because it's a bit of a numbers game. Are you applying to every sales marketing job you possibly can, even if it's not in a field that you possibly have experience in? Is it even if it's not necessarily in a locality that you're looking for? Blah 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 blah. You need to be applying for absolutely everything. The fact that this has come up reversed is suggesting that either you know the route and you just aren't doing it, or you're a bit muddled on the route at the moment, right? Either way, there's something here that you need to look at with the direction to get into this sales or marketing type job, right? There is something here that you need to fine tune and tweak. I think it's about asking, I think someone in your network you need to start asking in your network, right? Whether that's on Indeed or whether that's on Facebook or whether that's in your friend circle, whatever it is, because you've got these 2 3s that have come up, right? This is what you need to know, and this is the one overall. 3 of Pentacles. Pentacles is connected to work. 3 in this case is connected to apprenticeships, right? So we've got this idea of starting off on maybe a slightly lower level, but starting off on a lower rung of that ladder to build up. This 3, that's our overriding clarifying modifying card, is talking about the 3 people, the network, the sisterhood, the muses, right? Both of these cards coming up is suggesting that these 2 are linked because they're both 3s, and that actually there is a way in that perhaps means going, I'm not saying to use nepotism, but maybe use a bit of nepotism. Do you know what I mean? If you've got somebody that you know that works in sales and marketing, and for example, it doesn't have to be a family member, it could be anybody in your network, right? You just say to your entire network, if you know if there's any sales jobs coming up or marketing jobs coming up, let me know. I'm always up for doing that in blah, 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 blah industries. Spread that word within your network, because something here is telling me, because 3s are all about taking that next step forward in terms of 2 is the couple, 3 is opening that up, and so we're looking at friendships, we're looking at, in this case it's apprenticeships, we're looking at all of these things, right? And because this is your overriding, you're talking about your friendship, your network, your village, absolutely you need to be putting the feeler out with the people you already know to see if anybody that you already know knows of a job going with them, or in their company, or in their friend's company, wife's company, husband's company, whatever it may be, because there's something there. And this Knight of Cups, right, this is the future. This is where it's saying the Knight of Cups for me is about a journey, bit of a travel, bit of a something happening. This is an action card. The Knights are always action cards. It's giving that teenage energy, again, that slightly rebellious, slightly do-it-yourself, DIY, we'll do the show here type energy. Cups is all about your emotions. So this is saying, if this is really what you want to be doing, then perhaps you might have to follow your heart and let your heart overrule your head a little bit, right? If that makes sense. There is a reason why an awful lot of artists were described as struggling artists, right? Because there is something to, if you have a full-time job and paint on the side, right, then painting, as much as it might be something you thoroughly enjoy and you wish was a job, by pure necessity, it's a hobby. It might be a hobby that's a second income stream, but it's going to be a hobby because your full-time job is ... whatever that may be. And the reality is, whether you are a performer, whether you are, again, like I was, a performer on stage, whatever you are doing, if that is your only means of income, you are going to be hungry and you are going to seek out all of those jobs. It's one of the reasons why I'm no longer performing, but that, and the fact I'm 128 years old now, but when I was doing that, it was my full-time job. So because of that, if work started to slow up, I had to get off my backside and go and find more work. I had to go to more agencies. I had to put the word out even more, ring more places, hustle even more. Friends of mine that were performers in various fields, theatre, acting, when they've had full-time jobs, they've only ever been part-time actors, performers. Do you know what I mean by that? And what I'm saying is, this Knight of Cups, if your passion is to do sales and marketing, right, but you are currently working full-time in a ... other job, say you're working in, I don't know, something that isn't sales or marketing connected in any way. Say you're working in as a dance choreographer, right? Very, very, very different job. If you're earning tons of money as a dance choreographer, are you really going after all the sales jobs that you can? Probably not, because you're spending your 9 to 5 paying the bills. And there is slightly something to be said for following your heart and taking that risk. And what this might be suggesting, and again, you make all your own decisions about your own life, but because these 2 3s have come up, because the 3 of Cups is overriding, because we've got the Knight of Cups coming in as your potential future card, if following your heart, right, means that you take a risk on a sales or marketing job that is slightly further away and means you've got to move city, or it's in a completely different place, or it's with a company that, you know, you might think, oh, I don't really know much about car engines, but I'm a bloody good sales and marketing person, and actually, what did I say earlier? Paxcan Engines Company, they really need someone to deal with their marketing, because all their marketing adverts and everything else look like pants. They look absolutely atrocious. So I don't know much about engines, but I know how to market anything at all. Therefore, I would be a good asset for Paxcan Engines Co. Right? It might mean taking a bit of a risk, getting out of your comfort zone, but following your heart that way. Will it happen by September? There's a very strong possibility, but you're going to have to work bloody hard in this next month, right? 3 of Pentacles is all about the work. The Moon card is saying you know where this is headed already. You know the route out of this. You just need to put the work in. So, my darling, that is what I'm going to say. You need to put that work in right now. Work bloody hard. Follow your heart. And then it will lead to something that is sales and marketing connected. It absolutely, the 2 3s coming up, especially with that 3 of Pence, is absolutely telling me. But you might have to take that risk of going in at a lower level and working your way up in the company. I hope that makes sense. Thank you very much for your question. Right then, let's go. I will have a look at that there chat in just a second. Do please go and have a look at the doodah. Do please have a look at the doodah. Pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will get selected at random. Where are we going now? We've had Stonehenge, we've had fire, we've had the waterfall, which is my favourite. Shall we go? Oh, I tell you what. Shall we go? This is one of my other favourites. We're going to go to a tree. Trees are inspirational. Trees are grounding. Trees are phenomenal. We're going to a tree. You've got 30 seconds. Get your questions in now. Ask your question. Absolutely 100%. Go and do the doodah.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. Ask one of the mods. If you don't know who the mods are, they are our wonderful keepers of the channel. Basically, they are the ones that keep the channel ticking over and allow me to do the reading part. So, keeper of the questions, who have we got? While you tell me who has been selected, we'll have a look at this. There was a play on TV a couple of years back about a pensioner being given one of these devices. It was so funny but also frightening. I can imagine we did send down or I sent down, when Rufus's mum and dad were both poorly. His mum had come out of hospital and his dad had been unfortunately hit by a car and injured. We sent down a Alexa Flex, which is basically a plug, right? And it's a plug that you can speak to, and we set it because the idea was if they had a fall, they could shout out or speak out trigger word, either the name, or I use the thing that you tap with that isn't a typewriter but like a modern typewriter. And in Star Trek they go bleep bleep, bleep, or they go that one. So it's like it's made out of pewter, but it's .com. That word, yeah. So I would say that, and the idea was for them, they would say a word, call Rufus, and it would automatically have the number and it would direct call him. But they decided against keeping it because, again, they decided that it wasn't going to be something that they would use. But for me, because I am, obviously his mum and dad are 30 plus years older than us, for me it is one of those things that I use all the time. I get up in the morning as I'm choosing what I'm going to wear, trigger word, what's the weather in Leeds today? Okay, it's going to be this. I know it's a t-shirt day, or it's a long sleeve shirt day, or it's a dress day. Whatever it is, it's become incredibly useful for us. I've got my coffee pot on a smart plug, so I literally first thing when I'm up in the morning, trigger word, coffee pot on. By the time I've been in the loo, washed my face, brushed my teeth, had a shower, done all the things that I need to do, whatever I'm doing, got dressed, got into the kitchen, my coffee's made for me, just need to pour it out. It sounds ridiculous, but my ADHD brain, saving that little bit of time is really important, because it means I can then go and scroll on Facebook for 3 hours, because ADHD. Anyway, who have we got? Keeper of the questions. Absolutely no problem, my darling. I hope it helps, Kelsey. I really, really do. Nanette lives with she asks on the telly what the weather is right now, and she doesn't understand the technology. But it's good that she asked that. That's really good. That's really good. I use that a lot. You have been letting people know you need to be really specific and you need to ask. So what I would say with this, my darling, is to really go and say, you are looking for a sales and marketing job, and please let me know if anything comes up in your company, and here are some CVs. Be pushy. I don't trust it either. It's owned by Amazon, but it's also an incredibly smart thing. Yep, I've got this as well. I will say trigger word, good night, and it turns the lights off in the lounge, resets the volume so that the next day the volume is at a decent level on that trigger speaker, if you get what I mean, because I will set it a little bit quieter as the evening goes on. It will set it quieter. It also puts the cameras into a particular position, so it arms the cameras each night. It does all sorts of bits. It will turn the lights off for the skinks. If they're not already off on the timer, it will turn those off. So yeah, it does all sorts of things. It is amazing. I would be lost without my smart devices now. It looks as if, are there no questions there then? Are there no more questions? Yeah, absolutely. You had, yeah, I can see that. I can see how that would happen. Wow, that's so cool, Dormouse. Your 83-year young auntie has embraced technology. She's a whiz with her iPad, but dislikes a mobile phone. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I must say, when we first started getting the smart plugs and smart bulbs and smart everything else, Rufus was a little bit like, not quite a Luddite, but he was a little bit like, well, I don't really, we can just turn lights on and it doesn't really make a difference. But being able to go, have I left the lounge light on? Oh, I don't know. Trigger word,
lounge light off, and it goes, okay, and it's done. So even if it was off, it's turned off. You don't have to get out of bed, walk in the lounge. Oh, it was off already. Do you know what I mean? And that ease is something that I absolutely adore now. I'm really, really used to it. The fact that I can have the cameras on and not recording until we then go to bed, and then it's like, okay, arm the cameras. When we go out, I've got a very Star Trek. I literally go shields up, and it plays. Have I still got it on here? It does. It plays this, and then says shields up, cameras on. And so basically it lets me know that everything is set, everything is armed and ready. I've got a camera in the lounge that watches over the doggos. So it gets triggered. The computerized smart speaker device we're talking about with the capital A, that also will go, it's in the lounge near to where the doggos are. And so if it hears barking, it will trigger a message to my phone, and then I've got an option of, I can confirm it, where it will play soothing music for the doggos. Absolutely amazing. But as I say, the most things, the one thing I find it really annoying with it, and this is where I think eventually Google's device will be more useful when that eventually hits the markets, if it hasn't already, is that I will ask sometimes some medical questions. So I will say something like, trigger word, does this painkiller, is constipation a side effect of this painkiller? And currently she says, oh, I can't help with that. Oh, I don't know how to help with that one. Oh, I can't answer that. Whereas with Google, it will say, yes, because of blah, 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 blah. So yeah, the fact that she doesn't do any type of medical questions, I know it's because it's AI. I know it's because Amazon doesn't want to get sued by misdiagnosing people and all of that. But if you're asking, it can have a disclaimer, you know, like there's on the bottom of the screen. It can have a disclaimer that says, this is not medical advice, but reports have shown that your painkiller can in fact cause doodah. Yes, Ed, what is it you want, my darling? Sorry, I was completely miles away. Clarify your rune reading. I will do that for you now, Ed. Absolutely, I will do that for you now. Right then, so let's have a look. You joke there is enough voices in your head without adding another one. This is an ADHD. This is ADHD entirely. This is ADHD. Next can sound similar. Oh, possibly. Yeah, possibly. Yep, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. You can mishear a word. Absolutely. Right then. So, let's do for Ed a little tacking on at the end business. So then, Wispy. Got to go all the way back and find Wispy now. There we go. Let's do the cleansing. Let's bring in the wonderful Wispy. The wonderful Wispy of ours. Because of the wonderful cards he tosses. Didn't quite make that fit, did I? Also, you can tell how tired my voice is today. So then, I know, got to finish this. Got to go and do the second half of a recipe video we're doing. Pork burgers with red cabbage slaw. We are making, it was a choosy option from last week's video on the other channel. What are we doing? We're confirming Ed's runes, Wispy. We're confirming the runes. So we're doing a where Ed is, what Ed needs to know, and what the future is looking like, because that's all I know about the rune reading. It's about dog walking, friends. So where you are right now, 7 of Swords. So, swords is trouble and strife. Friends are friends. Good Lord. 7 is about difficult choices, right? Difficult choices. It almost feels, whatever is going on with them, Ed, whatever choice is made, it's the best of a bad bunch. Does that make sense? It's like, it's not quite damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't think it's that big, but there is very much, there is no
everybody wins here. There is no win-win solution. Something here, something has to give. Somebody's going to get their nose out of joint. Somebody's going to get disappointed. Somebody's going to get upset. But the decision still needs to be made. And it's one of these ones where, because it is swords, it is hurdles, challenges, obstacles, it's going to be something that it almost feels like whatever the decision is going to lead to more questions and more decisions down the line. Does that make sense? Where you are now, or where the situation is now, the Eight of Pentacles, time's ticking. There's deadlines. Something needs to be sorted fairly quickly. The thing about the Eight of Pentacles, all eights are about the 9, right? They're all you're close to the finishing line. Come on, you've run those 25 miles in a 26-mile marathon. Is a marathon 26 miles? I think it is, or it's 24. It doesn't matter. You've done 25 miles of a 26-mile run. Come on, you're nearly finished. Don't give up now. Don't hit the wall. Keep going. Come on, you're nearly there. This is, the deadline's due on Friday. It's Wednesday. Come on, we can get through this. You've got 2 more days to get this done. Come on, we can do this. That's what this card is saying, right? So whatever the situation is with the dog walking friends, you're kind of at make or break time. Right, the clock is ticking, deadlines are coming, whatever needs to be done, whatever needs to be said, whatever needs to happen sooner rather than later. This decision, or this, I think it is some sort of decision. Whatever this is, it needs to be done, right? You need to have this answers sooner rather than later. It does feel like work. It does feel like there is, I do think there's a no-win. It's a no-win scenario. It's a Kobayashi Maru here. But I do also believe that the work here the work is, I don't know, I want to say the work is important, but I don't know what that means. The effort, the time is important, right? So you have to give, whatever this is, you have to give it the time to make the right decision. But the clock is ticking. Right. And the outcome, the Knight of Cups reversed. Somebody is acting selfishly. Somebody is acting, going off half-cocked without all the information, and their nose is out of joint. They are butthurt. Somebody is absolutely pissed off with whatever decision this is, and especially if this decision's already been made. Somebody is going to get their nose out of joint, right? And what I mean by that is the Knight energy is this rebellious teenage energy. Thing about rebellious teenagers is when you call them out on that rebellious teenage energy, they don't like it. They go, nah, that's not me. Oh, you're so Gen Z, you're so Gen X, sorry, you're so meh, you're such a millennial, you're such a boomer. Meh, 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 meh. They don't like being called out on their BS, right? And the problem is, it's almost like whatever decision is made, one of your friends, dog walker friends, is going to have their nose put out of joint because the BS is going to be discovered to be BS. So I think you've just got to go with it and be true to you and authentic to you, right? You may be able to sugarcoat things a little bit. You may be able to position this in a way where it isn't disaster. And this may be one of those things where, put it this way, right? I don't know whether you've ever had a friend with really bad BO and you've had to say to them, I'm sorry, Brenda. I always use Bob and Brenda as non-specific peoples, random peoples. But you say, oh, I'm sorry, Brenda, but I've got some deodorant in my bag. I think you might want to use it. Or, there's always a thing somewhere where you Bob, I'm not being funny, mate, but I'm your friend. Well, I just need to let you know, there's a bit of an odour around you right now. Do you want to nip off into the bathroom, give yourself a bit of a wash up and maybe spray a little something? I'm only saying this because, you know, I don't want anyone else to comment on it and be nasty. We've all been there. Do you know what I mean? There's ways you can say it rather than going, "Here, Brenda, you stink. What you been doing? Haven't you had a shower? You stink, love. What is it? Is it your bacterial vaginosis? Yeah, it stinks." Do you know what I mean? There is something here. Bob. Oh. Nessa. Oh, Bob. Bryn. Brain. But there's something where you go, "Bob, mate, you stink. You swamp ass. You smell of swamp ass, mate. Go and have a bloody bath." Not that. You can always go up to them and say it in a way where it isn't going to cause that. Do you know what I mean? And it feels almost like with this Knight of Cups, it's almost like whichever way you position it, they're going to get butthurt. But maybe make sure you say, again, using that scenario, obviously, I think of you as a really good friend now. You know, I really enjoy spending time with you. But because of that, I will just have to say that sometimes there's a bit of a BOE type smell. I don't mean that in a nasty way, but sometimes, you know, that is there, and we all get it. We all have it from time to time. But look, if money's a bit tight, I can always get you a can of deodorant or something, or if it's down to time or something. But it's happened a couple of times, and I know that I didn't want someone else talking about it behind your back. Do you know what I mean? There's ways to phrase things to almost damage limitation, and that's what I think that's the way. Whatever this decision is, whatever this tough choice is, I think that's the way to express it. They're still going to get their nose put out of joint. They're still going to be butthurt, but I think it's the least damaging moving forward. For some reason, I'm going to pull you a fourth card, Ed. How is this going to go down, Wispy? Whatever this is, once this butthurt position is done, how are things going to be? Are things going to be repairable after that? We've got, the moon. Oh, you're going to be in a bit of a dark place. Oh, also, it's come up upright. It was reversed earlier. It's going to leave you in a bit of a dark place in terms of the friendship. Also, though, if you're dog walking, be careful they don't leave you in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the pitch black forest, surrounded by spooky ooky things going off in the forest. But it does mean that I think, in all honesty, it will... The decision needs to be made, otherwise it wouldn't be coming up. It is going to leave somebody butthurt. I love that word as well, Holland. I really do. But remember, it's for the overall good, right? Whatever this decision is. And even if it does leave you a bit ostracized out in those woods, it will also guide you home, right? There is a way for you to get home. You will find that answer moving forward. I don't know if any of that has helped, Ed, but thank you very much for your question there at the end. If you don't know, I have a standing policy here with the mods, because they are amazing folks, amazing people. If the mods ever need a reading in between sessions or ever need to clarify something, I am always available. If it's on a live stream, then they will basically queue jump above and beyond everybody else, including donators and everything, because the mods here do the majority of the work. I just turn up and sling a few tarot cards and talk nonsense about some lovely bits of card with pretty pictures painted on them. That's all I do. The mods do the hard work of maintaining the loveliness, the friendliness, the making sure we don't get dive bombed by the religious right, which has happened in the past. Make sure we don't get hit by bots, which has happened in the past. All of that, the mods are the most important people on this channel. So thank you very much to them. And again, Thank you very much to everybody who has opted to become a member on the channel. Thank you very much to you. And huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed or watched, commented. As I say, we are heading towards 1,500 subscribers on this channel. That number is mind-blowing to me. When we get there, we will be doing a giveaway on the channel. Okay, we're not very far away from that now, so do keep that in mind. But that is going to be it from me tonight. We've ended up going 6 minutes over because of that last reading, but anyway, thank you so much to everybody, and I will see you all on the next one. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll definitely see you on, well, Friday. No, what day is it? Sunday. I forgot where we were then. I'll see you on Sunday at 6 o'clock for the members only and 7 p.m. for the standard live. Again, if you need a reading in between that, check the channel details out below. You can always find me over on fiverr.com. But yeah, I will see you very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
They're witches. Ask your question now. Send your question. They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!